Yeah, guys, any doubts? Okay. So we are going to learn Tableau Workspace. Okay, just I am going to give overview of yesterday's session because it's not recorded. Okay, so I am going to explain you one more time, just within 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. See, actually, yesterday we have learned about the data types. Actually, the icon, right? So this icons is going to represent the different data types in Tableau. Here we have seen like ABC means it's a string, and a single calendar symbol. This calendar symbol means calendar icon means it's a date. Calendar on top of it, small clock symbol means it's a date and time, and hash symbol means it's a numeric value. It's either it may be number decimal or number whole. Okay, we know the difference between number decimals and number whole numbers. And the boolean values. Boolean values either again it is a true or false or 1 or 0. Okay, 1 means true, 0 means false. And geographic fields, these geographic fields is going to useful to create a maps. Okay, and one more thing, cluster group. So this we haven't discussed yesterday. So actually this is going to help like whenever you are going to create a clusters. Okay, in advanced it is an advanced concept. So when we are going to learn, right, so you can see this type also. Okay, these are the different icons is going to represent different data types. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Okay, guys, so we are clear, right, on the data types, like what are the data types we are having. So how we can change the data type from one data type to another data type. Okay, see, actually the data types automatically Tableau is a very intelligent tool. Automatically it is going to identify the data type based on the data what it has, and also it is going to refer what is the data type in the database backend tables. Okay, if in case Tableau is identified differently, then you can you can change the data type. Okay, just simply you are going to click on the where you are going to click simply let me connect to Excel for now. Simply you are going to click on the icon which is available before the field name. You can change it to data type, you can change it to anything. Okay, so this is how you are going to change the data types. And another thing is, and also we have seen like here we have observed the segregation between the fields in the workspace in the left side pane in the data window, right? So here is data and analytics, two tabs is there, right? In the data tab below the data source, this is the data source. See, in the data window we can see the data sources, and below that we can see the two sections, these two sections, the top section and bottom section. So actually what is the difference between these two sections we have already learned. See, actually the below above the line, whatever you can see the fields above the line, this we will call it as a dimensions. And below the line whatever we are saying, right, so these we will call it as a measures. And the definition wise, right, so if we want definition wise, right, so actually we can say, yeah, sorry guys, before that, right, so we have learned one more thing like what are the fields which is generated by Tableau, because right, so some fields we are not getting from the database, right, so we are getting in Tableau level. So those, what are the fields? Like one is a measure names, latitude, longitude, and measure values. This number of records, right? So instead of number of records, we can say count. Okay. So these are the Tableau generated fields. These are Tableau generated fields. And also we have learned about what is a mean by worksheet, and what is a dashboard, and what is a story, and what is a mean by workbook. Okay. So we know what is a mean by worksheet. A worksheet contains a single view, means in each worksheet we can create only one visualization. We cannot create multiple visualization in a single worksheet. If we want to create multiple visualizations, then you have to create a multiple worksheets. Each worksheet is going to contain only one visualization. Okay. And dashboard, what is I mean by dashboard is a collection of worksheets. Means we are, if we want to keep related data in one place, then we are going to use dashboards. And what is I mean by story? A story is a sequence of, means we are going to create in a frame by frame, right? The same way, right? So story is a collection of worksheets and dashboards. And one more thing you have to remember, one dashboard we cannot use in another dashboard. One dashboard we cannot use in another dashboard. Okay, in story point, you can use either worksheets or dashboards. And coming to workbook, a workbook is a collection of worksheets, dashboards, and story and data source information. Okay, this is called as a workbook. Workbook contains worksheets, dashboards, stories, and data source information. Now, now we will see what is a mean by dimension and what is a mean by measure. Guys, generally, all, like for example, all dimensions are going to, we are going to call it as a qualitative fields, and all measures we are going to call it as a quantitative fields. Okay. So for example, if you'll go to supermarket and if you'll ask for like dozen banana, so what is the what see here, what is a qualitative field and what is a quantitative field here? What is a qualitative and what is a quantity? Like for example, here what I am trying to ask is, I am asking like banana. Okay, one second. I am asking for dozen banana. So here dozen means 12, right? So here what is a qualitative and what is a quantity? See, all the dimensions, what I am trying to say here, all the dimensions are qualitative fields and all the measures are quantitative fields. Here, what is a quantity? In my example, what is a quantity? Quantity
12
is
is the
12, right?
quantity.
Yes. And qualitative means banana. So here, for
Banana.
example, if you are going to ask 1 kilo banana means, sorry, 1 dozen banana means he is going to count and he is going to give 12, right? If you are asking for 1 dozen banana, he is not going to give you 10 pieces. He is going to give 12 pieces, right? So here, what exactly I am trying to say here is, the dimensions, all the dimensions are going to give headers for your quantity data. Okay, so for example, now here I am going to drag one field from here. What I am going to drag is, see, for example, I am having category. Now for example, if I will drag category, what data having in this category? We are having furniture, office supplies, technology. Now we are having three different categories. This is a dimension. Okay, it is going to give qualitative information. Now quantitative information means, for example, if I will drag sales here, now you can see here it is going to display the quantity for each category. What is the quantity we are having? Okay, so that's where all the measures we are going to represent in a quantitative, and all the dimensions we are going to say as a qualitative fields. Okay, so I'm coming to here, right? So we are calling it as a dimensions and measures. See, by using these dimensions and measures only, we can create the visualizations. Without dimensions and measures, we cannot able to create any visualization. The dimensions and measures are going to play a key role whenever you are creating a visualization. And coming to here, right? So see, actually, dimensions, right? So if we will go further in detail regarding the dimensions, right? By nature, all the dimensions are going to be displayed in a blue color. Blue pill, we will call it as a pill. In tableau terminology, we will call it as a pill, P-I-L-L, pill. But we can call it as a field. That is not a problem. Okay, you have to remember, we will call this one also a pill, P-I-L-L, pill. Okay, fine. Now, all the dimensions are by nature, it is going to display as a blue color, and all the measures by nature it is going to display in a green color. Now, what will happen if you drag blue fields and green fields into your visualization? Guys, all the blue fields we will call it as a dimensions. All the green fields we will call it as a measures. So you have to be very clear on this concept, because whenever you are going to create a visualization, you have to remember these things. What is it mean by blue? What is it mean by green? How it is going to work whenever you are going to use them in a visualization. Okay. So now, for example, in simple, we can say whenever you are going to use the dimension, means blue color pill, it is going to generate a header for your data. It is going to give header, it is going to generate a header for your data. For example, here I am going to drag category here. Now you can see the data here. You can see furniture, office supplies, and technology. These are the data members. This is the data we are having, and to this data we are having one header, means column name, metadata information. That is the category. Under category we are having different values, means whenever you are going to drag any dimension, means blue color pill, it is going to generate a header for your data. And what is going to happen if you drag any measure into your visualization? Now, for example, I am going to drag discount here. Now, for example, if I will drag into rows, now you can see here, you are not going to get header for your data. Whenever you are using continuous field, means sorry, a green pill, you are not going to get header for your data. It is going to generate a axis. Now you can see this is a scale. This is a scale from 0 to 1600. It is generated a scale. It is going to generate axis. And one more thing here, what we are going to call it as all the dimensions. Dimensions, we will call it as a discrete fields. Discrete fields. Okay. And this is going to represent in a blue color. Guys, see, all the dimensions by nature it is going to display blue color, and all these dimensions are discrete fields. Here discrete field means it is going to generate a header. Discrete means it is going to generate a header. But what about measures? See, all the measures by nature are continuous fields, and these are going to represent in a green color. Means here see all the measures, what I am saying is all the measures are continuous fields. All the measures are continuous fields. Why I am telling this is a continuous fields means now you can see it has generated an axis. It has generated a axis. This is the axis which it is generated. Now continuously see there is a no break in between. It is you can see the continuous scale from 0 to 1600. So it is going to generate continuous scale. Now you can see when I am keeping in columns, it is now you can see 0 to 1600. Now why I am calling the blue fields are discrete fields. See, whenever I'm going to drag the blue fields, now you can see here it is going to generate a header and these all are going to be individual now. Now by looking up, whenever you are using any category, the total discount, whatever you are using the discount, whatever you are using the measure called discount, it is going to divide based on the category what you have used in your visualization. Now the discount is showing based on the category. Now by looking at this visualization, you can say the furniture is having this much, like let me give the labels. Now by looking at this visualization, you can say furniture is having this much discount and office supplies is having this much discount and technology this much, okay, discount 244.4. So means the category whatever the dimension you are using, means dimension means here again blue color pill, whatever you are using here, that is going to the measure value is going to divide based on the blue color field whatever you are going to use in your visualization. For example, I am going to remove the category. Now I am going to drag the product name. Now you can see the quantity, that sorry, the discount value is divided based on the product name here. Okay, and here guys, so for example, here for example, so I am going to leave it again. So I am going to drag the category. See, at any point of time, at any point of time, if you want to sorry, at any point of time you can convert blue pills into green pills into blue pills. Means this is a discrete field. Category is a discrete field because it is in blue color. Now for example, I want to convert into a continuous field. So what we can do, we can convert into a continuous field. If we will convert into a continuous field, what is going to happen, let's see. Now this is a category. Now I want to find out the number of categories. Now for example, if I will see, whenever you want to convert from discrete to continuous, discrete to continuous means blue to green. Now I am going to click on the drop down arrow. Guys, this arrow mark, remember this, whenever you will keep mouse cursor on top of any field, you are going to get one small drop down icon. See here, for sum of discount also you are going to get, and category also you are going to get this. Whenever you will click on this drop down, okay, whenever you will click on this icon, now you can see here it is going to display more details. Okay, now for example, now what is my requirement, I want to count the number of categories. Now what I am going to do is, just you can see here, go to measure, and here you can say minimum, maximum, count district. Okay, now I want to count the number of categories. Whenever I will see, not only count, if once you will choose the measure, if you will select any one of it, automatically the blue color pill is going to turn into a continuous field and it is going to generate an axis. Now I am going to click on count. Let's see. Now you can see guys, count of category automatically, once I selected the count, automatically it converted into a green pill. Once it will convert into a green pill, this field we will call it as a continuous field. Continuous field means it is going to generate an axis. Now you can see it generated an axis that is from 0 to 10k. Is it clear, guys, till now? Fine.
Yes, sure.
Yes, yes.
Now see, not only guys, not only this one, right? So you can convert anything. You can convert anything from continuous to discrete, discrete to continuous based upon your requirement. Now, for example, this sum of discount is there, right? I can convert from continuous to discrete. See, once I will convert, whenever I will convert from continuous to discrete, what is going to happen? Discrete fields means automatically it is going to turn into a blue color and it is going to generate a header for your data, right? So now what I am going to do is just I am clicking here and now you can see here it is by default it is selected continuous. I am going to select the discrete. Now you can see here you can see it's generated a header. Now you can see you got the header name is called discount. Now if you want to, if you can convert into a discrete, now you can say this is the count of category and discount it is displaying. Okay, here count of category it is taking like the number of records whatever it is available, count of category. Now if you can see the distinct count, it will display the three values means one is a furniture, office supplies and technology, three different categories. Okay, so this is how you can convert from measure to discrete, sorry, from continuous to discrete, discrete to continuous, depends upon your requirement. Is it clear, guys, how you can convert from continuous to discrete and what is the difference between guys? In interview also the people might ask what is a dimension and what is a measure. What is a dimension and what is a measure? Or they may ask what is the difference between continuous fields and discrete fields. So see guys, dimensions, measures, you have to remember qualitative, quantitative. You have to remember. Qualitative means dimensions, quantitative means measures. Okay, and also measures we are going to use to write calculation fields. Okay, measures we are going to use to write a calculated fields. Okay, and also guys, now see here I said like all the dimensions by default it is going to give blue color, right? But whenever you will drag any dates, now for example I am going to drag the date. Whenever you will drag a date, it is going to appear this way. You can convert into a continuous. Okay, so while we are going to learn about the different graph types, right, we are going to see. Okay, mainly, right, so we are going to convert this dates into a continuous field whenever we are going to work with line graphs or something. Okay, and also in some scenarios case in some scenarios, like the scenario is like for example now I want to know the customer number of customers. I want to know distinct number of customers. Distinct means it is going to remove the duplicates, right? So here customer ID is there. Now I want to find out the number of customers. For example, here these are the different customer IDs. Now I want to count the customer IDs. Now what I'm going to do is just I'm going to click here, measure and count. Now it is displaying. Now you can say 9994. This is the customer total customer count. Now whenever I will make distinct count, now it is what it is going to do is it is going to duplicate the it is going to remove the duplicates and then it is going to count. Now you can say 793 customer IDs is unique customer IDs. Okay, so this is how based upon your requirement. For example, like you are if you are going to use like customer IDs in one of your calculation, distinct count of customer IDs, then you are going to create a one calculation with count d function, and you are going to take the customer id field, then it is going to give you as a 793 count. Okay, but may or may not be we are directly using, we are not going to use directly here, and we are not going to convert into a continuous field, but we are going to write a calculation. That calculation we are going to use in different calculation. So when we will start actually creating the visualizations, right, you guys will be familiar with this, all this. Okay guys, till now is it clear? No doubts, right? Yeah, fine. Okay, right. So this is what we have discussed. So green measures and dimensions are continuous. Continuous fields values are treated as an infinite range. Generally, continuous fields add access to your views. Whatever we have seen, right? Access. So it is going to generate an access. And the blue measures means blue color fields. Okay. The discrete fields, it is going to generate a headers for your data. So that is what like it is. Okay. Now coming to file types, actually yesterday we have seen like just twb and twbx, right? So actually the difference is tableau workbook, like you can see the twb file, it is going to save the data. Like for example, let me open the yesterday's one. Okay, now I am going to open the yesterday's file, my first work, and also I am going to open another file as well, my first workbook, and I am going to close this one, guys. It's not required no more. Yeah, this is the one which we have created, and this is a my first work. It is a like twb file. It is a twb file. And another one is, now you can see guys, you guys can see like it is not displaying any data. And if I will go to here, it is the my first workbook which I saved as a twbx, which I saved as a twbx. It is also not showing any data, but it is asking for a password to connect to the Snowflake database. So I am going to enter a password. Once I will enter a password, now what is going to happen is it is going to establish a connection to the database, and it is going to bring the data into your visualization. Okay, and here it is not connected still. What I am going to do is I am going to here, let me say here, I have clicked on refresh, and here there was a problem connecting to the customer data source. Now what I am going to do is just I am clicking on edit connection, and here I am going to add the password. Both the cases same only. Okay, but exactly what is the difference? Now I will show you the difference. Okay, here guys, so first of all I am going to remove all this sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, sheet 5 till 11, whatever I am having, right? So I am going to remove it. So to remove it, what I have done is, by holding the control key, I have selected till sheet 11, and I am going to right click on this and delete. Okay, and dashboard also, here I am going to delete dashboard 2, 3, 4 and 5. It is not required, delete. And dashboard 1, right? So here you can say sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, sheet 5 is not yet deleted. Okay, because already we are using, see, whenever already you are using any sheet in the dashboard, you cannot able to delete. Okay, now I have deleted. Now in my workbook I am having only one sheet, one dashboard, one sheet and one dashboard. In the dashboard I am having the sheet whatever we have created. Okay, fine. Now here what I am going to do is I am going to create I am going to use an image. Okay, for example I am going to use an image. So image I am going to keep. So for example let's assume my company logo. Okay, just I am going to choose for example something. Yeah, let's assume this is my, just I have selected this one. This is the image which I am going to use. So now what I am going to do is I am going to keep center image and fit image. Okay, so let's assume this is my company logo. Okay, and guys, so after this what I am going to do is I am going to connect another data source. Okay, I want to connect to a new data source, that is a Excel file for example. Okay, now see I am not going back to data source page. I want to create a new data source. For example, already we are having one data source which already connected to the Salesforce database. Now I am going to connect to another data source, that is a Excel file or local copy, whatever it may be. Okay, just I am going to click on it and Excel file. Guys, so okay, no need to do this one. Okay, so local file means, see, whenever you will create an extract, that is also going means the Tableau report is going to be connected to the local file, right? So now what I am going to do is I am going to extract the data. Just I am extracting the data now, and also I am going to save it. Oh, it will take a lot of time because it is having, guys, it will take a lot of time. So I am going to get I will when I am going to create an extract, just I am going to include top like for example 10,000 rows. Okay, still it is taking time. Actually if we can see the exact difference is like whenever you are saving workbook with the .twb means Tableau workbook, what is going to happen is it is going to have a skeleton. Okay, now you can see Tableau workbook file have the twb file extension. Workbook hold one or more worksheets plus zero or more dashboards and stories. Means what it is going to hold is it is going to hold the worksheets and dashboards skeleton only, guys. It is going to hold the same thing. It is not going to hold the entire the data. For example, here I am going to create an extract. Okay. Okay. Let me here. Yes. So I am canceling this one. Let's see. Extract data. So I am going to filter. Just I am going to take yard. So I am going to take customer name. Just I am going to extract data for only one customer. Okay. Alright. Customer name, I don't remember anything. Okay, let me. Okay, so here sample like by, just let me take 100 records. Yes, actually extracts, right? So we are going to create an empty extract, and after that we are going to running from server. Okay, that is the one method. And also if we are working in real time, right, so automatically the speed, right, it is going to be very fast. So you can create extract till 20 lakhs records, that 1 lakh record or 2 lakhs on nearly 10 lakhs records also, it is not a problem. So automatically we can create from Tableau desktop. But if you are having millions of records, like it is a very difficult from Tableau desktop. Okay, then in that scenario we are going to create an empty extract, then we are going to publish it to a server. Okay, okay, here I'm not going to do anything. So here also guys, so here it is a my first work, it is a TWB, right? And here this is a TWBX. So here in the dashboard, same way I am going to use the like image. For example, I am going to use the image here. This is the image. Now guys, for example, I am going to save this file. Just I am going to save first Tableau workbook only, TWBX format. Now here the another one is TWB. I am going to save this file as well. Now if I will share these files with some others, if I will share this file with some others, whatever the TWB file I am going to share, he is not able to see the images whatever I have used in the Tableau workbook, and he can see only the data. He cannot able to see anything. The data also he should enter the database password, then only it is going to connect and it is going to display the data. And in the here anyhow we are using live connection, right? So that is the case. Here in this case, what is going to happen is here also we are using live connection. Here also user needs to enter the database credentials to see the data. But here, as we are saving this one as a packaged workbook, what it is going to contain is it is going to contains all the images in a package. Now I am going to, okay, now let's go to the folder here, under documents, my Tableau repository and workbooks. See here guys, so packaged workbook means, as I said, this is the packaged workbook. Now what I am going to do is just let me try to convert into a zip file. Okay, open with, see we cannot open with, so let me, I am going to just rename dot zip. So here this is the my first workbook. So now you can see, here guys, so in my mission it is not working, it's a packaged workbook. Actually what is going to happen is, whenever you can convert this one into a, say whenever you will click on rename, and then after that dot zip or dot rar, whenever you can give, right, automatically it is going to convert into a zip format. then you can extract the files here. Then automatically what you are going to get is you are going to get different folders. In different folders it is going to have one twb file, and another one is a data source, and another one is a images, whatever the images you are using, images. So it is going to be like it is a kind of zipped folder, zipped one. Okay, see that is what here you can see. Packaged means Tableau packaged workbook have the twb file extension. A packaged workbook is a single zip file. It is a zip file. Twbx means packaged workbook is a zipped file. It contains workbook along with any supporting local file data and background images. Means here the background images, like not normally just now we have used one image, right? So this is also is going to be saved along with that. And also background images means, for example, in sheet 1, if I am going to use some image kind of thing, this image also is going to be stored along with the Tableau workbook, packaged workbook, if you are going to save twbx format. Guys, twbx format always recommended to save your work in twbx format if you are going to share with any others. Okay, if you are not using anything, right, so images or something, for example, if you are going to share, you have used a lot of images whenever you are developing the report, and finally you are going to share this report with your colleagues, right? Then you are going to, if you shared with twba, then he cannot able to see all the images whatever you have used in the background. Okay, so and also for example, if you are using any local files, if you are using any local files means, for example, excel files, cs, like excel files, whatever it may be. See that local file data, the local data also going to be included in the packaged workbook. This is not the case with twb. Okay, so when if you don't have a data, then it is going to ask you to locate the file. If see whatever I have created now, the reports, if I will share with you, if whenever you can open, it is going to ask you to locate the file. If you are having that data in your mission, then you can able to. If you don't have a data, then you cannot able to view the report. So the recommendation is always you have to share your work in a twbx format, either with your managers or with your colleagues if they are asking. Okay, is it clear, guys? So I could not able to show you this one, like actually guys, once even you guys can create a one workbook, and you will try to create like you can try to just rename it, and you can try with the zip or rar. Let me try with rar. No, it's not working. So actually the folder settings or something is different in my laptop, so that is the case. You guys can try in different way. Okay, let me try in control C, and here I am using, let me try from here. Mhm. No, it is not showing. So sorry,
Once try enable file extension and try. File extension వ్యూ లో పైన
view.
ఫోల్డర్స్ వ్యూ అని ఉంది. ఇక్కడ ఈ క్లోజ్ చేయండి, పైన వ్యూ అని ఉంది,
Yeah,
పైన ఫైల్ హోమ్ షేర్ వ్యూ అని ఉందో ఆ వ్యూ లో
okay, folder of,
ఇక్కడ ఫోల్డర్ ఆప్షన్ అని ఉంటుంది.
yeah, options.
ఆప్షన్స్ లాస్ట్ లో ఆప్షన్స్ అని ఉంటుంది.
Okay, let me go back here. Yeah, one second. So
Change
documents,
folders in search option.
my Tableau repository, workbooks. Okay, here folder options, change folder and search options. Okay,
Change folder and search.
okay,
View here extension, hide
okay. Show
extension
hidden
for
fields, right?
known file types. Tick mark remove the field. So hidden fields
Okay,
and third option, hide extension for known. Below
okay.
show hidden files. Radio button కింద ఉన్నాయి.
Is it okay?
ఇంతకు
Do I need to remove?
ఆప్షన్ పైన సెకండ్ వన్ అక్కడ
Okay,
ఎస్ అన్చెక్ అప్లై.
okay, fine. Now let me try.
Okay,
So
now
let me
try
remove
one.
this one, whichever I have created earlier. Yeah, this one, right? Okay. My first workbook. Just rename. So here I am going to make it zip. Yes, now you guys can see. See guys, now it's converted into zip format. Now, whenever I will extract files here, extract here. Now you can see here it is going to create one workbook. Yeah, here you can see this is the earlier one, so I am going to remove this one. It's not. Now you guys can see my first it is converted into TWB, and images you can see the image whatever I have used. Okay, so this is how guys, so you guys have to like TWBX, like for example the same way we are having this one, right? So what is that? My first work TWB. So let me try to convert this one. Okay, just I am going to right click, rename, and here I am going to make it zip. Okay, just I am changing it. Now here you can see I am going to open this one. So let me extract here. See here it is showing some error, unknown format or damaged. See, this is why. So guys, this is not a zip file. Okay, that's why we are getting error. Okay, so actually this is not a packaged file, means it is not going to contain any images or something. Okay, just it is going to have the worksheet dashboard information and the connection information, that's it. Okay, is it clear guys? See, if you want to convert at any point of time, just rename.
Yes.
So here you can give TWB. See, it is convert. Now I am going to rename it like TWBX. See, now it is a TWBX file. Okay, so this way you can convert. Now this folder also you can convert guys. So now what you have to do, you can create now here you can see here I am going to rename just TWBX. Do you want to rename my first book to first? Already a file with the same name. Yes, already same name on this, so that's why it is showing the error. So this way you can play with it guys. So TWBX means it is a packaged workbook, means it is going to have the local files data. If you are having any local files, automatically it is going to take that one, means extract. We can say simple thing, extract. And also images whatever you are using in the visualization. So whenever you are going to send this TWBX file to your colleagues, easily they can automatically the images, whatever the images you have used, and everything is going to be loaded for him. Okay, is it clear guys?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
one second guys. Yeah. So now we are having dot hyper TDE file. Guys, last time we have seen already, okay, this is an extract. Okay, whenever you are going to create an extract file, okay, the file type is dot hyper format, okay, or TDE. See, this TDE means Tableau data extract, okay, means earlier versions in like 10.4 before versions, I think. Actually, the extract file format is, the file extension is .tde, Tableau data extract. In 10.4 and higher versions, what they have done is this, they have done lot of changes in the .tde, like the extract file format, and right, so compared to TDE file type, this hyper file type is 100x faster than TDE file type. Okay, in the latest version 10.4 onwards, the file extension of extract is dot hyper. For example, if you are using less than 10.4 version, the file extract type you can see .tde. Extract file type you can see .tde. In the latest versions, you can see .hyper format. Okay, and also these extracts, right? So we know, right, how we have learned already how the extract is going to work. Whenever you are going to create an extract, what is going to happen? You are going to get a copy of the data from database, right? Whatever the data we are having in the database, we are going to get the copy of the data into your local machine, and we are going to use that local copy to create the visualizations. Also, actually, guys, so these extracts, okay, these extracts always improve the performance of your reports. Now you can see, for example, if you have connected to a live connection and you are going to drag anything, if you are going to drag anything, it is going to take some time, because whenever you are dragging any field into your either row shelf or column shelf, what it is going to do is it is going to send a query request to the database. It is going to send a query request to the database, and in the database it has to execute the query whatever the Tableau sent, and it has to return the data, right? So in this process, in the live connection, always whenever we are using any field into our workspace, either column shelf, row shelf, or filter or mocks card, what it is going to do is always it is going to send a query request from database. It is from Tableau to database. Tableau is going to send a query request, and based on the query, database has to return the data to Tableau. So this is the process. Each and every time Tableau is going to connect with your database. Live connection means. And in the case of extract, why we are telling the performance is going to improve means the data, whatever we are going to use for our visualization, the data is in our local machine, right? So whenever we are using field into your row shelf or column shelf, what it is going to do is it is not going to fire a query on the database. It is going to fire a query on the extract, the dot hyper file, whatever you have created. Okay, it is going to hit that file. Then automatically what is going to happen is the performance is going to improve. Means instead of fetching the data from database, it is fetching the data from your local machine file. Means whatever the file you have stored in your local machine, from that file it is fetching the data. So that is how it is going to improve the performance. And also whenever you are working with live connection, always it is depending on the database performance and the network connectivity. So the lot of things we have to keep in mind whenever we are working with live connection. Always, if you are having only some set of data, like for example, let's assume 1 lakh records, something like that, then you can use live connection. But still, that is depending on the database performance and also the connectivity between your Tableau and the database. Okay, see, in the case of extract, you are not at all going to bother about the connectivity, means internet connection or something, because the file is stored in your local machine. If you don't have a internet also, you guys can work with that file. You can create a visualizations. Okay, that is fine. Now guys, so for example, here already I'm having, like for example, you can see like 15 lakhs, 15 like 1.5 crores something data. We are having 15 crores data. So that is why still customer name it is trying to fetch from the database. Tableau sent a query request to database. Now from database it is processing request, still it is in process, executing query in the database. Okay, so always recommended, if you are going to work with a large data sets, always recommend for extracts. Okay. Just I'm hit the cancel button. So already we have seen how to create an extract. Now I will explain you like a few more things in the extract. Okay, whenever you are going to create, we are having different options guys. Okay, okay, uh, that I will explain you later guys, because whenever we are going to create joins and everything, right, so that time I will explain you. Okay, fine. So now guys, so anyhow, you guys know, right, so how to create an extract, no need to explain now. Whenever you can see, like already I have few extract files. Okay, like let me go back to my Tableau repository, and here data sources. Under data sources I have extract files. Now you can see guys, the files, right, extract files is going to be in this format. Now you can see Tableau extract, these are the Tableau extract. Now you can see the file extension for each Tableau extract is .hyper format, and you can see these are the .hyper formats. You cannot see, you cannot find anything in my list .tde, Tableau data extract, because this laptop I am using from 2020 version onwards, so I haven't worked in the previous versions with this laptop. Okay, so now you can see the extract file format is .hyper, you have to remember that one. Okay, and we are having another three file formats. The three file formats is like one is a TDS, and another one is a TDSX. Okay, and last one is a bookmarks, TBM, Tableau bookmark. Now this is a TDS, Tableau data source, and TDSX, Tableau package data source. Okay, so now I will show you like what is the use of this TDS and TDSX. Okay, see, actually this TDS files and TDSX file is going to help us to connect quickly. You can save them in your local machine. For example, here in Tableau guys, so in Tableau, in the data source page, sorry, whenever you are going to connect new data source, okay, for example, I am going to connect a new data source by clicking on this new data source icon. Okay, in the toolbar, just I am clicking here. Now you can see here, you can observe we have seen like search data. So I said like I will explain this Tableau server option later, and to a file we have seen, and tab to a server we have seen, and below that we haven't touched this option, right, save data sources. What is this save data sources means? This, whenever you are going to add any data source to your saved data sources list, then you can connect quickly to the data source. You can quickly connect to the data source. Now for example, here what I am going to do is, just I am going to right click on this to save any data source, into your saved data source list. You have to right click on this and you can see here add to save data sources. Whenever you are adding any data source to your data saved data source list, then then you are going to get a flexibility to connect quickly each and every time. No need to enter your details and everything, automatically it is going to save. With one click only you can get it. Now see, I'm going to click on add to save data sources. Now you guys can see it is asking where you need to store. Now here I am going to give some different name for this. Okay, I am going to give like Krishna December something. Okay, December 2021. Okay, I have given the name as Krishna December 2021, and here you can see Tableau data source and Tableau package data source, TDS and TDSX. These are the two different file formats we are having. Now I am going to save it as a TDS, clicking on save. Now once I click on save, for example, from next time onwards, from now, for example, if I am going to work with the same data, whatever the data source I have saved, I want to work with the data source in another workbook. What I can do is directly open a new workbook and you can see that name, whatever the data source I have saved, you can see under my saved data sources. Now guys, you can see I am going to connect to data. Here you can see Krishna December 2021. Now whenever I will click on this data source directly, now you can see whatever the data source I have saved, so it is appearing here. Whenever I will click on it, now you guys can see automatically it's connected. Is it clear? So this is the purpose of saving the data sources. Okay, and TDSX, what is the difference between both is actually whenever you are storing the data, sorry, whenever you are saving any data source with the TDS format, what is going to happen is it is going to store the connection information along with the metadata information. It is not going to have the actual data. Okay, so it is going to have the connection information and it is going to have only metadata information. Now you can see Tableau data source files, TDX file extension. Data source file do not contain the actual data, but rather the information necessary to connect to the actual data, as well as any modifications you have made on top of the data, such as changing default properties, creating calculated fields, adding groups, and so on. So actually what it is telling means, whatever I said that is correct. It is going to have the connection information along with the metadata information and the calculations whatever we have created in the data source. As of now, we haven't learned how to create a calculation and everything. If we have created any calculations or if we have created any custom fields in the Tableau data source, all is going to be stored in it. Okay. And what is the mean by packaged data source? TDSX. Tableau packaged data source file have the TDSX file extension, and again it is going to be a zip format. It is going to be a zip format. Now you can see zip file. So the file is going to contains the TDS file. This is the TDS file, and the local files which we have created, means if extract files, like for example whatever the extract you have created, it is going to be part of that packaged data source. Okay, and also again it is going to be like it is going to store the custom fields whatever we have created in it, so it is going to hold it. So guys, the main difference between the TDS and TDSX is here it is going to contain only the metadata information, and packaged data source is going to have the actual data as well. So that is the difference. The TDS is going to contains only metadata information and along with the custom fields whatever we have created, and TDSX file is going to have the actual data, and also it it contains the custom fields which we have created in the data source. Okay, so now we have seen like how to save this one, right? Now for example, this is what we have created. This is a TDS. Now if you'll go to TDSX, what is going to happen is, now for example, let's go here again. So it will take time guys, so because we don't have, it is having more data, right? So it will take some time. So add to, and here I am going to take TDSX. Okay, now I am going to click on save. So okay, okay, I have saved with the same name customer. So let me open that file again. So here already I have opened one workbook, right? So again I am clicking on this connect. See, show start page. When I click on show start page, now you can see here, this is the one which I have created now. Customer, this is the one, right? So when I will click on it, now you can see it is going to open the same data source. But as of now, I have not created this extract, right? So that is why it is not showing. Okay, let me go back. So, and you can see the file formats again here. Here, this is the one TDSX file, and another one is Krishna. Where it is? Yeah, here it is. So now you can see the difference. This is a TDS file. You can see plain Tableau symbol on top of it, single cylinder, one cylinder kind of thing, database kind of symbol. And if you can see TDSX, the same Tableau TWBX file, how it will be like, there is a one stripe, right? Gray color. So that is going to be available on top of it, the database symbol. So this is a packaged workbook, and you can see the size 2.83 KB, the size for this, and you can see for Krishna it is also 21.8 KB, 21.8, and this is 2.83 KB. Which one is bigger, guys? Here you can see it is 3 KB, and here you can see it is 22 KB. Which one is bigger? Which one is having large size, guys? TDS or TDSX? TDS, right? 22 KB.
TDS.
Okay. So
Yes.
generally, right? So TDSX should generally TDSX or TWBX file will be having more size in generally, because why I am telling is the TDSX or TB TWBX files is going to store as a packaged workbook, right? So actually, it the size is going to be more. Okay, let me do one thing with extract and with live. Actually, the extract I cannot able to create because of large data here. Yeah, let me do one thing. Yeah, let me right click on it. Just go to, it is a packaged workbook, right? So that's why it is showing 3 KB now also. So just rename it, and here just make it twzip. Okay, this is the, where it is. Yeah, now you can say this is converted to TDS because we don't have any like extract file or something, right? So that is why it is showing. Now you can say the size of this one is showing 22 KB, and here Krishna, whatever we can see here, that is also like nearly 22 KB. Where is that file, guys? So this is the one file, okay, and whatever we have created .tds file. So where it is .tds. Should be top side only, right? Hurry up. Okay, something like what happened? We have seen, right? So Krishna, now it is not appearing. So where it went? Okay, anyhow, you got the difference, right? So actually TWBX means it is a packaged workbook. It is going to contains the actual data, and TWB means it is not going to have the data, just it is going to have the metadata information. And guys, so just in interview purpose, you have to learn this concept. So what is the difference between TWB and TWBX, and what is the difference between TDS and TDSX? Okay, and this is like a dot hyper is like the people may ask like what is the extension for extract file, okay, in which format whenever you will create an extract, in which file for type it is going to save. So these kind of questions the people may ask, so you have to remember those concepts like extensions, file extensions. Okay, so now, right, so we are going to see one more file extension type, that is a Tableau bookmark. Okay, Tableau bookmark. See, actually here bookmark means here what I can do is, see, this is the one visualization I have created. Here bookmark, you can make one visualization, you can add one visualization to your bookmarks list. Okay, here sheet 1 is a one visualization. Okay, visualization means either it may be the table format or any graph. Okay, now how you are going to make this one as a bookmark? Now here let's go to help, and here bookmark. Mhm. Yeah, sorry guys, in go to window, and window, let's go to bookmark and create a bookmark. Once you will create a bookmark, now you can see here sheet 1 TBM. We are in sheet 1 in my first work. So it is now I am going to give the name as my first work sheet 1 something. Okay, so this is the bookmark. Now you can see Tableau bookmark. This is file, this file format is only one type. Okay, file type dot tbm, Tableau bookmark. Now here automatically you can see it is going to store in bookmarks. Now I am going to click on save button, means you are going to bookmark the visualization. Okay, you cannot add entire workbook to your bookmark list. Just what you can do is, whatever the visualizations you want to add into bookmark list, you can add it into your bookmark list. Okay, even you can go to like now I am in dashboard. Now window, just bookmark. Now you can say create bookmark option is disabled, because in the dashboard you can use multiple sheets, right? A dashboard is a collection of worksheets. Here bookmarks, what I am trying to say here is, you can add worksheets, you can save worksheets into your bookmark list. You cannot save dashboards into your bookmark list. Only individual sheets you can save it. Now, for example, I am going to just let me show you here. Just I have opened some other report here. Sorry, okay, let me connect to Excel file, for example, to show something. Just sample superstore, I am going to connect. Now, whatever the bookmark, what is the main purpose of bookmark means you can use that visualization in different, for example, if you want to use the same visualization in different report, different workbook, then you can call it directly. For example, I am sheet 1. So now you can see this is the order sample superstore data source. Okay, already two data sources were there, so ignore about it. Now you can see here, let's go to window, bookmarks, and here it is not available. Okay, now what I will do is just customer tech, window, bookmarks. Still it's not, because I have to close this one and I have to open it. Let me close this one, exit. No, I am going to open new one. Guys, you can use that bookmark in different workbooks, but the bookmark is going to have the data source also. Okay, now for example, let's go to window, bookmarks. Now you can see my first worksheet. Okay, this is the bookmark, I saved it, right? So once I will click on it, now you can see the data source also came, and once you will connect to the data source, it is going to display the visualization. Okay, you can bookmark the you can bookmark the single worksheet, means worksheets only you can make it as a bookmark, but dashboards you cannot make it to bookmarks. Okay, is it clear, guys? And bookmark symbol, you can see the bookmark symbol will be like it is going to be Tableau logo on top of red stripe something. Okay, let's go here. Where is the bookmarks? Yeah, now you can see this is the logo of bookmark icon. Is it clear, guys? Now you can see type as Tableau bookmark. So this is how you are going to save bookmarks like normally, right? So in web page also, for example, in web page I want to make this meeting as I want to add this meeting into my bookmark list. What I am going to do is, now you can see bookmark this tab. Just I will click on it, add bookmark. So now you can see I am going to give the name and I am going to save it. The same way, what we are doing is we are making visualization, we are adding visualization to our bookmark list, means our saved list. Okay, okay. So and guys, so one more thing. So guys, is it clear the file types whatever we discussed till now? We are having six file types. One is a TWB, TWBX, TDS, TDSX, TBM, and dot hyper. So these are the different file formats we are having. Is it clear? Guys, don't feel worried. So because these are theoretical things,
Clear.
right? These are the basics. So that's why I could not able to show exact difference now. Once we will start, right, then you guys will know the exact difference. Now generally, right, so from tomorrow onwards we are going to start building simple visualizations. Okay, as of now we have learned this concept. Now just I am going to explain in another 15-20 minutes. I am going to explain you the Tableau workspace. Okay, then after this we are going to start building the visualizations from tomorrow. Okay, now this is a now we are going to learn Tableau workspace case. So here in the Tableau workspace you can see, first thing, you can see the workbook name here. Here the top side. Okay, let me find it. Now you can see here, this is the Tableau workbook name. Whatever you can see, it is a workbook name. Okay, initially whenever you will open Tableau, right, so it is going to show as a book 1, book 1. So means you haven't saved that one. So once you will save with the name, so I have saved this file as a my first work, so that's why I can see the workbook name here. If you haven't saved, then by default it is going to show as a book 1 or book 2 or book 3. Okay, then after this we are having cards and shelves. So these cards and shelves are very important in Tableau, because by these shelves only, by keeping the fields whatever we are having dimensions or measures, by keeping these fields into our shelves only, we are going to create a visualization. So these shelves are very helpful, and by keeping measures or dimensions, by keeping them into these cells only, we were able to create a visualization. Now here out of it, right, so we are having like these are the shelves, like one is a page shelf and another one is a filter shelf and column shelf, row shelf, and here we will call it as a marks card. So these are the 5 things is very important. One is a page shelf. Page shelf is right. So by using this page shelf, guys, so we can create like what we can say. I forgot that name. Yeah. By using this page shelf, we can create animated visualizations, animation kind of visualizations. But in real time, we are not going to use much. You can ignore this one, but I will explain the concept, but still you can ignore this concept. If anyone will ask an interview, so you should be in a position to explain the concept. Okay, but real time we are not going to use. Don't worry about this page shelf. Okay, and the main important shelves are columns, rows, filters, these are other things. So this one filter shelf and marks card, these 4 are very important shelves. Means the column shelf and row shelf, what it is going to tell you, how you want to represent the data. Means which fields you want to keep it, like which fields you want to show in a column wise and which fields you want to show in a row wise. Generally guys, you guys know, right, so in database how the data is going to be stored. The data is going to be stored in rows and column format, right? The same way, the rows and column shelf is going to help you to organize the data. Okay. So shelf means, for example, shelf means, don't worry, shelf. So shelf means in your home also you are going to organize. If, for example, if you are having one rack, one shelf, one rack, you are going to distribute that rack into like, this is a bookshelf and this is a cloth shelf, and you are going to keep in that shelf only books, and in another rack you are going to keep only the clothes. Like that you are going to organize it. So here also shelf means fields whatever you are going to keep in that. Okay, right. So now let me show you like how it is going to work. Now for example, if you want to make if you want to show the data in a row wise, if you want to show the data in a row wise, then you have to use a column shelf. For example, now you can say I'm going to drag, this is going to impact, okay, this market segment, right? So what I am going to do is I'm going to drag this market segment into column shelf. Now you can see how the data is going to be displayed. Now the data is going to be displayed in a row wise, right? So this is a one row, and you can see that row is having the name as well. Guys, this is a one row, right? This is a one row, right? This is a column name, and this whatever the data we are having in market segment, that is plotted in a row wise. Okay, if you want to display the data in a row wise, means if you want to add column, if you want to display column name, and if you want to plot the data, whatever the data is under this field If you want to plot into row wise, then you have to use the columns. Now guys, is this columns or rows? Is this column or row? Hello guys, is it clear or is it confusing?
Oh yeah. Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Horizontal is
Now
columns. Vertical will be
here
rows.
let me drag another field here. So for example, customer. Okay, let me drag order date also here. Now you can say when I am keeping another field in column shelf, what is going to happen is now the market segment will be there. The below market segment, you are going to get the years. It is not going to come side by side. First see market segment, after that you are not going to get the order dates. Okay, it is going to be below the market segment. I guess it will take a lot of time. Okay, and then I don't have. Okay, yeah, order status I will drag. Let me see. So this is the problem guys with the live connection. See now it is trying to fetch the data from your database. So let me cancel it, so I don't want to waste time. So actually right, so tomorrow I will create an extract. Okay, but you guys understand right, so whenever we are keeping the field into column shelf, what is going to happen, how the data is plotting in the area. Okay, in the visualization area. Now if I'll drag this field and keep in the row shelf, now you can see the data, how the data is plotted now. Is it column or row? Row format, right? But here this is a column, it is a row
Row
format.
format.
Now if we'll keep this one here, what is
Yes.
going to happen? It is going to, like, this is a column, right? This is column, we will call it as a, this is column in general, right? This is a column. Oh, 1 second guys. Hello. సుమా సరే వస్తాను సుమా. ఓకే, అవునా, వాళ్ళ మమ్మీ వద్దని చెప్పి సుమా. వాళ్ళ మమ్మీ వద్దని ఒక్క నిమిషం ఇస్తామని చెప్పి. Yeah, so guys now you can see automobiles is a one column, but the data under C market segment, whatever the data is there, that is plotted in a row wise. This is a one row, generally we will call it, but the values, like you can see in a column wise, it is going to represent like all, everything is fall in one row, but it is in column wise, we can say. This is a one column. Now if you drag one more column here, then you will get, like for example, now let me drag the market segment again. Now you can see here how it is. This is a one header and this is a another header, correct? Now again let me drag one more marketing segment here. Now you can see guys, this is a row and this is a column, correct? Is it clear, guys? Now don't get confused here. By holding the control key,
Yes, clear.
just by holding the control key, just I duplicate it. Now you can duplicate as many as you want. Okay, you can duplicate as many as you want. By holding the control key, you have to drag it. Okay, so just if I want to remove, I can select this one and I can drop it here, or you can drop it in this area left side. Or what you can do is you can right click on this drop down and remove it. Okay, this is how whenever you are going to plot, you are going to drag anything into row shelf or column shelf, the data is going to be plotted column wise and row wise. Okay, now here one more thing, filter shelf. We have the filter shelf is going to help you to restrict the data. To restrict the data means, for example, if you don't want to show the data, for example, if you don't want to show some data in your visualization, then by using this filter shelf, by dragging, for example, here you can say we are having automobiles, building, furniture, household and machinery, but you don't want to display building and furniture data into your visualization. Then what you can do is you can drag marketing segment and you can keep in the filter shelf. Now it is going to display the list, whatever the values the market segment is having, all the values, list of values it is going to display. Now whatever I don't want to display, I am going to unselect, and whatever I want to display, I am making selection and I am clicking on OK. Now you can say your report is displaying the data whatever you have selected from the market segment filter shelf. Means in the filter shelf, whatever the fields you are going to keep, you are going to make this section to filter out the data. Okay, is it clear, guys? The filter section is going to help you to filter out the data. Now I am going to drag this one. So now, guys, so for example, this marks card, this we will call it as a marks card. This marks card is going to play key role for building the visualization, because under marks card you can see different properties. Here we are having color property, size property, text property, details and tooltip. And also here there is a one blank, right? Depends on the visualization what we are showing here, depends on the visualization type. Here we are going to get one more extra property. Okay, for example, here I'm going to show you, just I'm going to select the shapes. Now you can see it is displaying shapes. Okay, depends on the visualization what you are showing here. Okay, you are going to get one more property here, but default properties are, these are the default properties. One is a color, size. This color property is going to help you to give the colors for your marks. Here mark is nothing but one value, this is a one mark, and this is another mark, and this is a another mark. Okay, now for example, if you want to give the color, just you can drag and drop it here. Now you can say automobiles, blue color it is displaying, and household and machinery, you can see three different colors it is displaying. Okay, and the size property is going to help you to increase the size. Now for example, by clicking on this, now you can say I have clicked on it. Now you can see this is the scale, you got it. So now you can say you can increase it. So if you'll increase it, now you can see this orange, blue, the circles. Okay, now let me decrease a little bit. Yeah, this is how you can see. Okay, the size property is going to help you to increase or decrease the mark size. Here mark is this circle whatever you can see. And labels is going to help you to give the labels for your marks. Now for example, market segment I am going to drag into labels. Now you can see here automobiles, household and machinery. Now if I will remove, now you can see just you are seeing the circles. Now I have removed the like labels, like account balance labels. Now I am going to drag the market segment here. Now you can see here automobiles, household and machinery. You are going to get the labels and details, like for example, the details is going to help you to display in detail data, but here I cannot show you currently. So when we are working with like dual axis graphs, right? Like sorry, the graph is like scatter plot. Whenever I am going to work with a scatter plot or some other kind of visualizations, right, I will show you. But here, right, what you can do is you can drag anything into detail shelf. Okay, the detail shelf means this is going to represent in detail. Like now you can see customer name, it is displaying in detail, but it will take a lot of time now, so I have cancelled it. Okay, and tooltip, here this property is going to help the end users to read the data. For example, if you are not if you are not displaying a whole set of data in the labels, what you can do is if you keep the mouse cursor, now you guys can observe there is a one text box, automobiles and actual balance it is displaying, right? So that is called as a tool tip. That is called as a tool tip, the text box whatever you are displaying, right? Now you can see when I came out from the visualization, it is not displaying anything. When I will hover the mouse cursor on top of the visualization, there is a one text box is appearing, that is called as a tool tip. Tool tip. In the tooltip you can show the values whatever you want. You can display the data which is going to help the business user. You may not able to display all the data by using the labels, but whatever you want to display in the labels, you can keep everything in the tooltip just by dragging and dropping again into tooltip. Now you can see here, when see here, just I am clicking on this. When I will click on it, now you can see this is the tooltip. Now whatever you want, right? So you can just drag and drop. Now for example, I have already dragged. Now I am going to drag market segment again here. Okay, already it is there. Now whatever you want, right? So you can now customer count I am dragging. Okay, now you can see everything is going to display. Now you can see here, sorry, let's click on tooltip. Now you can see account balance, market segment and count of customers which I dragged just now, and market segment. Now you can see here, when I click on OK, now you can see it is displaying all the values. What is the count of customers? For example, in market segment household, the customer count is 3 crores, nearly 3 crores. Here you can see the customer count is 2 crores 99 lakhs, and here you can see 3 crores something. And automatically it is going to display wherever we are keeping the mouse cursor, right? For example, now I am keeping mouse cursor on top of household mark. Then the tooltip, whatever the data it is displaying in the tooltip, that is going to be related to only household in the market segment field. And if I am going to keep mouse cursor on top of automobiles mark, now it is going to display the data only related to automobiles. Whatever you can see in the tooltip, the data whatever we are showing, that is related to automobiles. And guys, so here we can do a lot of things. Okay, so this is, it is a very important, this marks by using this marks card, right? We can create, we can do a lot of like things here, like we can apply the colors, we can increase or decrease the size, and also KPIs, right? So based on the KPIs, key performance indicators, we will call it, right? So based on some conditions, we can show it as a green, red, or something. Whatever the calculations we are going to write, we are going to keep in this marks card area. Then only the visualizations is going to display according to the conditions. Okay, these are the different shelves we are having in our Tableau workspace. One is a page shelf, filter shelf, column shelf, row shelf, and the marks card. Okay, is it clear, guys? But guys, so this one from tomorrow onwards we are going to use in regular basis, daily we are going to work with this. Okay, now the another one is toolbar. Here toolbar means, right, so this is the toolbar, like from here, like whatever you can see small icons, right? So this is the toolbar. This toolbar is going to help us to access quickly. Okay, now for example here you can see, just now to labels, to apply or disable labels, directly you can click on these labels. Now you can see the labels has been disabled, labels is not showing. Once you will click on the T symbol again, show mark labels, so once I will click on it, automatically labels will be enabled. This, whatever you can see in the toolbar, right, these icons, it is going to serve for different purpose. Okay, but the time is not going to sufficient for today to explain all this, but this is a toolbar. So this one also, like simple things I will explain. Like here, by clicking on these icons, whatever we can see, this new sheet, new dashboard, new story, right? By clicking on this, we can able to create the sheets, right? The same way here you can see the same icon is available here. If you want to create new worksheet, you can click on it here. Now you can see sheet 3. And if you want to click a dashboard, you can say new dashboard, new story. By clicking here also, you can create new worksheet or new dashboard or new story. Guys, in Tableau, same option you can find in multiple places. Same functionality, you can get it from multiple places. See, here also directly you can click to create, and here also you can create. And also, here normally, right, so to connect to any data source, for example, already we are having one data source. If you want to create another data source, what we can do is, you can see, click on this icon. Now you can see, whenever I will keep mouse cursor on top of this, it is showing new data source. You can click on it. Now you can see you are going to get the details from here itself. You can create a new data source. See, this is how you can. So these are the different ribbons, but this is again undo redo. In Excel workbook you can see redo undo, right? So you, if you want to go back, you can go back, and if you want to redo, you can redo. For example, if I will click on back, now you can see what I am going to get. Okay, again go back, see, now again go back, go back, see, till the starting, whenever you open the workbook, till that time you can go back. and and also you can redo as well, whatever the last step you have performed till that time. See, now it is disabled, means you cannot go further. This is the last step you have performed. So this is going to helpful, guys. See, for example, you have done lot of changes in your report, but you don't know what are the changes you have made. You want to come to initial state, then you can use this redo undo buttons. Redo me undo means control Z means going back previous things, and redo means whatever you have done after this one. Okay, and this is save button. See, you can go to file menu and click save, or else directly you can click on save button. Okay, and this one I will explain you later. So this is past automatic updates, and this we have seen, and this is like duplicate sheet. For example, guys, so if you want to duplicate, for example, this is the sheet 1. If you want to duplicate this one, what you can do is right click on it, and here duplicate, and without right clicking and going right, so from this here itself you can duplicate it. Now you can see here sheet 1, sheet 1 2, this is the duplicate sheet. If you want to delete, you can delete the sorry, you can clear the sheet. See, once you will click on clear sheet, now it is going to be blank, means whatever the fields you are keeping in row shelf, column shelf, filter shelf, whatever it is, so it is going to give as a fresh sheet, means it is going to remove all the data from your worksheet. Okay, and here now again, if you want to see, now I have removed everything, right? If you do undo, then you are going to get the data. See, this is a sheet 1 and this is the sheet 2. Okay, now let me go back. Let me go back. Why sheet to data is Mhm. I am deleting this one, guys. Again, what I am going to do is I am duplicating this one. Okay. Now after duplicating, okay, just clear sheet. I am clearing the sheet. Now let's click on undo. Mhm. Oh, super. The functionality has been changed. Actually, guys, in the earlier versions, you can get this one also. Whatever we have cleared, right? In the sheet 2, you can get the data. But here now it is not displaying. Okay. Once you will clear the sheet, it is not displaying. Okay, fine. This is a clear sheet. Okay. And here these options I will explain you tomorrow, guys. So it is a sheet swap from rows to columns, columns to rows. Like for example, now manually you can drag it, right? So now you can see it is changed. Now you can use this swap button, means whatever the fields you are having in rows, automatically it is moving into columns, and from columns it is going to move into rows, vice versa. Now you can see this is how you can change it. Okay. And this is again sorting order, descending or ascending. Okay, descending order and ascending order. And this is a highlight, so I will explain you later. And this is a simple one, guys. So it is a standard, means how we want to display the data. Fit width, now you can see that the window is arranged from left to right. This entire window it is going to occupy. Fit width means width it is going to occupy. Fit height means it is going to occupy from top to bottom. And entire view means width and height both it is going to occupy. Now you can see this is how it is going to display the entire view. Entire page is going to be occupied. Okay. So these are the small options, guys. So these we are going to use regularly, no need to worry. Okay. So daily basis we are going to use all these options. Okay. Is it clear, guys? Like are you able to understand? Guys, this is the next D is a view, right? So view is like whatever we have created, this is the view. Okay, this is the view. And next is go to start page. Guys, here there is a one small Tableau logo, right? So here you can see it is a Tableau logo. Whenever you will click on this Tableau logo, it is going to bring you into the start page. Like whenever you will open Tableau, right? So it is going to bring you there. But from here again, once you will click on this in this icon, it is going to bring you back to the worksheet. Now you can see I am back. So at any time if you want to go back to start page, you can go here, and if you want to come back, you can click on this icon again. So it is going to bring you. And sidebar. And sidebar, guys, so this is already we have seen the data, right? So this is a sidebar. In the sidebar we are having data and analytics, two tabs we are having. The data type is having the information, it contains the information of the data source and the fields. And also we are going to get different sections, means parameter we are going to get one section. Okay, parameters. So once we will create a parameters, we can see that section as well. But in the data menu we are going to get these options. And analytics page, in this analytics tab, right? So we are going to get advanced analytics. These are the advanced things. By using these advanced analytics page, we can able to create like trends, forecast and clusters, and we can give the totals for our visualization. So we can do a lot of things. We can do advanced analysis by using this analytics pane. Okay, in the sidebar we are having data and analytics. In the data we are going to have the data sources and the fields list, columns list, field values. Okay, and the another option is go to data source page. Already we know this is the data source page. See, once you will click on the data source page, it is going to navigate to the data source page. In the data source page, what information we are going to have? We are going to have connections information and the tables or custom SQL queries, whatever we have used in the canvas area, and also preview data. And also it is going to have connection information as well. This is the data source page. And another one is status bar, sheet tabs. Guys, here these are the sheet tabs. Sheet 1, sheet 1, 2, sheet 2, sheet 3, dashboard, right? This is a sheets tab. See, we can create a number of sheets here by clicking. This is the sheets tab. And one more is status bar. Status bar means now here you can see it is displaying 3 marks, 3 rows by 1 column. 3 rows by 1 column. Now for example, here if I will click on this one, now you can see 1 of 3 marks, 3 rows by 1 column. 1 of 3 marks means out of 3 marks I have selected 1, so that's why it is displaying 1 of 3 marks. Status bar is going to display the details whatever you are doing here. Okay, whatever you are going to do here, it is going to display the update here. 2 of 3 marks means out of 3 marks 2 marks is selected, highlighted. So this is how it is going to read the data. And now you can see here sum of C account balance. Now it is displaying individual. Now once you will sum everything, now this is the account balance. It is going to display sum of account balance. This is the status bar. So guys, so these are the different like options we are having in workspace. So by using this workspace only, we are going to create a visualization. These workspace options is going to help us to create a beautiful visualization. Here one more thing is, so here show me option is there in the workspace itself. So this show me is going to display you the default visualizations whatever the Tableau will support. Means these are the default visualizations which Tableau provided. Okay, and apart from these visualizations, this is going to be like 24 visualizations. These are like 24 visualizations out of these 24, right? So if you want to create advanced visualizations like bump chart, so donut chart, like waterfall graph, so those are the advanced visualizations. Those all are not part of this default visualizations. Okay, so these are 24 are the default visualizations which Tableau provided. Okay, in the show me button you can see the 24 visualizations. Out of these visualizations, guys, so see, I am clicking on it. So based on based on your selection, the visualization is going to be changed in the view. Okay, so and also here some visualizations are disabled mode, because to create a specific visualization it should require minimum fields, either it is a dimension or measure. Now you can see, for example, if you want to create a line graph, now you can see whenever I will move the mouse cursor on top of the visualization. Okay, now bottom side, here bottom side you can see this description is going to change. Now let's see here, the description is changing. What the description contains is, the description is going to tell you what all are the fields is mandatory to create this visualization. Now to create a line graph, one date field is mandatory and 0 or more dimensions and one measure. Means here one date field is mandatory and one measure field is mandatory. One date, one measure, those two are mandatory to create. Here we have not used any date field, that's why this visualization is in disabled state. And also you can observe here there is a one orange box here for this bar graph. horizontal bar graph. This why it is showing orange tick mark means this is a Tableau recommended, means by whatever the fields we are using here, whatever the data we are representing here, Tableau is suggesting us, means Tableau is recommending for this bar graph. Tableau is suggesting us to use this graph. That is up to you. Whether you want to use, you can use. Otherwise, it's not required. Up to you. Okay. So, but based on the fields or based on the data, right? So automatically, fields whatever you are using, it is going to display one orange color box. Okay. This is the recommended graph. Okay, some people in interview they may ask, guys, so why I will get some orange color box for a some visual visuals in a show me. So this orange means it is a recommended graph by the Tableau for this fields whatever we are using. And also guys, in interviews, so in interviews the people may ask to create the graph, like for example the people might ask to create a tree map. What are the fields, what are the mandatory fields you have to use? So you have to be, you have to check like to create tree map one or more dimensions, one or two measures. So these are the mandatory fields. And to create a pie chart, one or more dimensions, one or two measures. And to create a box and whisker plots, one or more measures. So you have to be like whenever if they will ask like what graph to create this graph, what are the fields is mandatory, means you should be in a position to tell on the spot. So means you have to clearly, you have to like learn all these things. You have to go one by one, and what is the like what are the fields is mandatory for that visualization. So you have to know guys, you have to remember. Okay, some people, not all the peoples are going to ask, but few people will be there, they may ask. Okay, is it clear guys? So from tomorrow onwards, we are going to create a visualization, sample visualization. We are going to start with sample things, and after that we are going to like create some, like we are having lot of things in Tableau like groups, sets, bins, parameters, calculated fields, lot of things is there, right? We are going to create a visualizations, and along with that we are going to learn all these concepts. Okay. Any doubts guys on this?
Recording stopped.
Guys, clear?
Yeah, clear.